Tip number 42, time management. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this. I have too much to do and I don't have enough time to get it done. So if you look back at tip number 41 and delegation, I think this becomes an important part of time management. And I would say that you have to make time to make time. I think that what happens for most people is you get in the middle of what you're doing and you keep doing it and you keep doing it. You try to do it faster, you try to do it harder. Instead of taking the time to think about ways of either doing the job faster or handing the job off. So let's talk about time management. I think one of the most important things about time management is taking time at the beginning of the week or at the beginning of the day to look at the things that you need to do. So in front of me, I have a notebook. There's a pad, and there's a list of things that I need to get accomplished today. Now I can guarantee you, at the end of the day, there's going to be some things on my list that I didn't get finished. What I do, and this is something that helped me greatly, is that at the beginning of the day, I sit down when no one's around. So I come in a little early. I'm probably, when I'm in town, I'm the first one here. And I take a look at my list, and I go through my list, and I decide what things are going to be done today. And I decide which things I want to do, and I decide which things I don't want to do, and I decide which things I'm going to delegate to other people. And I decide which things that are on the list can move further down the list and go away from today. They have less urgency. So I'm looking for urgency, I'm looking for tasks that are going to make me most successful, things that are going to make my company money. And I think that by doing that and taking that 15, 20 minutes every single day and going through the list and rewriting the list and recategorizing the list, it allows me to focus on those things that are going to make us most successful or make me most successful, that are actually going to get the job done. It also allows me to decide that here's a job that either I shouldn't be doing because I'm not really necessarily qualified to do it, or here's a job that I could do, but someone else should probably be doing. When you take the opportunity or the time to do that and to decide these are the things that I should be spending my time on, then you're able to be more focused, and you're able to be more focused because you know exactly what you're going to do and you're not allowing additional distractions. Now, one of the things I've noticed about shop owners is that we have a lot of people that have different forms of ADHD, attention deficit disorder. The people that have attention deficit disorder, which by the way, I think I'm one of those people, certainly I was diagnosed with it when I was in school, we have a tendency to shift our attention to something else that seems more shiny, brighter to us. I think that because I made a decision at the beginning of the week or at the beginning of a day that I was going to get these things accomplished that are on my list, and I was going to hand these other things off, I think that allows me or helps me keep my attention focused on the things that I need to do and the things that I should do. So there's some keys here. One is have a list. And I'm a list, I write it on pads and paper, but I could do it on the computer also. We're not talking about, using old-fashioned methods. If you want to have a list on your computer or on your phone, great. Take some time, set some time aside with no distractions. Turn off your phone, turn off your email, your text, whatever it is, get rid of it, and take 15 to 20 minutes every day to sit down and go through what you need to do. While you're going through it, decide consciously what you should be doing and what someone else should be doing. When it's someone else in your company that needs to do it, let them do it. Not only do you let them do it, but you delegate it to them, and then you follow up to make sure that the job actually got done. And follow-up is also time consuming. It takes some of my time. So I need to set aside some of my time. This morning I was talking to one of my clients, and 3 weeks ago we had a conversation. We talked about 3 or 4 things that they needed to do. It's always funny or interesting to me what happens at the end of 3 or 4, 2 or 3 weeks. And you sit down with the client again and you have a conversation, and it's interesting to me because they focus in on certain things that I didn't focus in on. And so the things that they focused in on, they got done, but 3 or 4 of the other things that we talked about that are important never got done. And when you ask them why they didn't get it done, they always tell you, because I didn't have time. I was too busy fixing cars. Or, I had to pay the bills, so I was too busy paying the bills. And the funny thing about that is, if you're busy paying the bills and you're not busy making your company better, then your company never gets better and you're always busy paying the bills. And your company runs you and you don't run your company. You have to set aside time to get jobs done if jobs are important. So that idea of writing them down also helps me keep track of what I'm supposed to be doing and allows me to say, I need to write a blog. So that's going to take me 20 to 30 minutes, and frankly today I don't have time to write a blog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set aside time next Tuesday to write a blog. I love Google Calendars. I have a Google Calendar. I live and die by my calendar, and I'll go in and I'll set aside 30 minutes to write a blog. Now, in truth, it might take me less time to write that blog. It might be a 15 or 20 minute task, and then I've got 10 minutes to do whatever I want to do or to put into something else. Or it might take me more time, and I can make a conscious decision when my calendar tells me I should be doing something else, that either I'm going to set this aside and I'll set aside more time to do it later, or I can go ahead and stay doing it and the something else will wait. But if I don't set aside that time to write that blog, then 3 weeks from now, Lex, our marketing person, is going to send me an email and go, hey, you were supposed to write a blog and the blog's not done. Now, it doesn't have to be a blog, it could be anything. In the conversation I was having this morning with the client, there were some things that needed to be done that were not done, things that client had told me they were going to do that they did not do, and the excuse is I don't have time. You don't have time because you don't set aside time. You want to manage your time, you have to consciously look at what you have to do, and you have to set aside time for certain tasks and put them on your calendar. I have found in my world that's the best way for me to do it. Now, I know some people that use Franklin planners. I know some people that use online time management tools. I don't really care what you use, but use something. If you don't set aside time, if you don't make time to do the important things, then what you do is you do the work that you have to do, and 6 months from now, the important things are still not done. I hope this helps you a bit. I hope that you pick something up here.
We hope you enjoyed this week's tip. For more information on the concepts we discussed, check out our upcoming classes at www.ifrabe.com/classes, or listen to the Leading Edge podcast at institutesleadingedge.podbean.com, where we discuss business topics just like this one with a panel of industry experts. You can also contact us whenever it's convenient, and we'll set up a free consultation on how the Institute can help you better your business, your life, and the industry as a whole. We'll see you guys next week.